This video is designed for individuals seeking to refresh their knowledge of Amazon Web Services with a focus on AWS Cloud Development Kit in Python. The video guides viewers through the creation of a fundamental AWS infrastructure architecture diagram, employing AWS CDK to build an intricate AWS infrastructure. The diagram encompasses key components including an internet gateway, elastic load balancer, elastic IPs, NAT gateway, public subnets, private subnets, and an EC2 instance. The user initiated request travels through the AWS cloud, navigating through the internet gateway, elastic IPs, and a route in the public subnet. The journey continues via the NAT gateway, traversing the private subnet to reach the EC2 instance, ultimately delivering the requested content to the user's machine. This comprehensive tutorial promises an insightful exploration of AWS CDK in Python, empowering viewers to adaptively construct and understand the essential elements of a robust infrastructure. Go to the AWS console, see the VPC. I have default VPC. VPC we yet to create it, right? And then we we need to check public subnet, private subnet, and elastic load balancer, internet gateway. So we can check it out here. Subnets, all default subnets I have. Route table, default one, we had to create it. Internet gateway, this also default one, we will create it by using the AWS CDK. I'm just checking here what we have. So I don't have elastic IPs, NAT gateways. Okay, we don't have any. So we are going to create by using AWS CDK. We need to check the EC2 instance. EC2. I don't have any running EC2 instance. However, I created the AWS Cloud 9 in my AWS console, but I'm going to create the new one to show how do we create the Cloud 9 for us. So you can give any name you want. Practice. And then you can select the new EC2 instance, or you can use the existing compute, whatever you want you can select, but go for the new one. And then T2 micro, this is free tier. It has less compute. If you want more compute, then you can select T3 small or M5 large based on your need. The Cloud9 which I created for me, T3 small already I created. So you need to select this. So this timeout, if you are not using the Cloud9 for 30 minutes, your EC2 instance can be stopped. So and then you can create. If you create it, you will have the Cloud9 infrastructure. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my existing Cloud9 which I created for this video. I'm going to open it. When I'm opening it, it is loading and connecting to the existing Cloud9 environment. Now it is connected. For creating the project, you need to create the folder. Inside the folder, you need to run the command cdk init app name hyphen language equal to your preferred language. If it is Python or Java, in my case it is Python. I have created the project AWS Infra CDK inside. Um, so it created the files for me. Um, if I see this app, this is the default one which I created automatically. And then if you see here, this is CDK JSON, whatever dependent component we want to create the AWS infrastructure, all the component added here. If you look at the dependency for the project, I have two dependencies. That's enough for running this application. So once you created the project, and then you need to run the pip command to download the necessary packages from the Python, and then your application is ready to use. Now I'm going into the AWS Infra CDK project. So I have a list of files here. I'm going to explain the code. How do we create the AWS infrastructure? First, we need the VPC. So in this VPC, I'm creating one public subnet and then one private subnet with this IP range. And then CIDR block range is 24 for each. And then I'm creating the auto scaling for this EC2 instance. In this, I'm using two ACs, adding the user data for my EC2 instance, hello world, installing the Apache server, and we can access it through the browser. So I'm creating the load balancer. From the load balancer, I'm adding listener here. Those are the elastic load balancer. It is exposing to the public. I'm going to validate the code CDK synth. Code is perfect. Let us see the components. So it is going to create the first demo VPC, and then rest of the component listed below. Now I'm going to create the AWS infrastructure. Asking the confirmation, we can give yes. We see the list of components which is going to create in our AWS. The AWS infrastructure is created. I'm going to validate in the console. Let me refresh the AWS console. I see here first we can go to the VPC. First demo VPC is created from our CDK, and then you can see the subnet. Application subnet and web subnet I see here, and then for route table, so it was created for private and public. I can see the internet gateway which is created from our CDK, and then elastic IP for each availability zone. And then for NAT gateway, this is created. We can go to the EC2 instance. We'll see. We can look at the EC2 instance. Here we can see two EC2 instances, right? One is for Cloud9, which I'm using it. The other one is for our purpose, which is created by the CDK. Here we can see the elastic IPs, which is created for subnet 1 and subnet 2, and then load balancer, and then we have the auto scaling. For the load balancer, we can see this is active, and then I see here monitoring. we can see that the spike here. I need to check the EC2 instance that is created. We can check the web server response. We got the response, hello world. CDK destroy. Our AWS infrastructure is destroyed. Now if we go and check it out, we can look at the VPC now. I have only one VPC, which is a default. And then whatever was created by the CDK, everything destroyed. Only default components are available in my AWS console. Thanks for watching.